pawn to d4 by Nihal. And Leon thinking hard, plays knight to f6. Okay, what's going to be the opening here? Will it be the London system? It goes knight, he goes knight f3, and Leon generally likes to play solidly with either e6 or d5. He plays his pawn to d5, creating the symmetry, and Nihal goes g3. You know, Nihal, when he was a little kid, he used to be called the boy who never sits. And you can see he's getting back to his young self, moving around. c5 played, he goes bishop to g2, and Leon chops off the pawn on d4. This is a very interesting line that he's playing, and the main point here is, he castles, and Leon plays this useful move h6. It will come in handy later when you play takes and e5. Then bishop g5 ideas will be stopped. Nihal is like, I don't need the pawn right now, I'm going bishop f4. g5 played. Wow, this was a long thing if you look at it, 18 minutes, and Nihal instantly takes it there on b8. Rook b8 taken, and already we have a very creative position. Queen takes d4 and a7 is hanging now, so you could play a6, but Leon is like, Nihal, be my guest, take this pawn, it will make your queen be misplaced. And so queen takes a7, Nihal goes in without hesitation, queen to c7, defends the rook here, and now knight to a3 with the idea of jumping into b5. So bishop goes to d7, and pawn to c3 played. Black goes short castles here, and queen e3. So taking control of the e5 square, you are a pawn up here, but Leon is like, hey, I have compensation, look at my bishop here, I have b5 b4 ideas. So knight jumps into e5, and you don't want to be giving up your bishop here, which is part of your bishop pair. So he goes bishop a4, keeping that bishop alive. f4, Nihal is like, okay Leon, I need to create my own play, your king is a bit weak. And what a nice move by Leon, knight d7 takes, and the thing is, you're going to lose another pawn. Queen takes d7, but in return you will have the d4 idea here. So takes, and now if you take back, there's queen takes g5, but d4, Leon being so sharp here, so sharp. Okay, of course can't take, right? Bishop d4, you lose the queen. So queen f4 played here, and he takes on g5, forcing the queen to move. And now one of the compensations that black has for the two pawns that are missing in the position is that the white knight is out of play. And secondly, this c3 pawn looks very weak. So rook c8 is a nice move. He finds it. Rook c8 attacking the c3 pawn. And Nihal goes rook b1 attacking the pawn on b7. The game is getting super exciting now. Rook takes. And now of course you can't take on b7 because queen d4 check and you lose the knight. So Nihal jumps in knight b5. He attacks the rook. And rook to c4 played. e3. Trying to make some square for the knight perhaps. Bishop goes to c2, attacking the rook here. Rook c1, but the knight is defended this way. It's getting very intense now. Queen d2 played. Wow. Leon is kind of dominating this position, and Nihal has to be careful. He plays rook e1, but that's a losing move now. Queen a5, pinning here with the threat of bishop d3. This is winning move here. Can Leon find it? It's not an easy move. It's backward move, and that too going to the side when your king looks a bit weak here. But actually it works out. Queen a5. There's also another move, b6, with the idea of rook c5. Attacking here. This knight on c3, b5 is actually a goner. Oh, he goes rook b4. He misses that moment. But what a big threat he has now. I think bishop d3 is a huge threat in the position. Also bishop a4, almost the knight is trapped, right? There are no hardly any squares to go to. But Nihal has a good move here. Bishop f3 works. He finds it. And the main point is that if you go bishop d3, I still have rook d1. That's the main point here. f6 played by Leon. And now you can see that Nihal's position starts getting better. Maybe here bishop a4 was the best move, but f6 and Nihal goes queen c5. Very crazy position. Difficult for humans to understand. Attacking the rook and also the knight. He goes rook d1 and rook takes b5 played. Okay, if you take queen takes b5, I have queen e3 check and you lose the queen. So rook d2, rook c5. And now rook takes d3. So Nihal is still a pawn up. But you will see that Leon is attacking a2, defends here, and it's opposite colored bishops. So rook a7 played. And bishop to d1. I love this maneuver. He's coming to b3 with his bishop here. b5 by Leon. And Nihal, by some very interesting means, has gotten a great position. Okay, king f7. He goes king g2. Calmly improving the king's position. Bishop to h6. Looking at the e3 pawn. And now h4. King to e7 played. And e4. Well, Nihal slowly and steadily making progress. Leon staying calm there. He knows that he has drawing chances, but rook f3 now, attacking the pawn on f6. Bishop comes back. Leon makes a move with his left hand there. Both players have 3 minutes on the clock, and they need to make another 3 moves to reach time control. 40 moves, then they get 50 more minutes. Rook g4 played. Attacking the bishop. King comes to f7. Now notice that the pawn is pinned here, and this actually king e8 was better defending this way. And look at the move that he's played. Rook c5 played. Now pin here, rook g5. Oh my goodness, a pin here. What a position, guys. What a position. Unbelievable. He takes on f5. I love it. I love how both of them are playing here. Okay, of course you have to take with the rook. And 40th move done. So he takes, rook takes f5. And Nihal Sarin is better here, for sure. He goes g4. And king g7 played. Well, can you pick up this pawn here on e6? Maybe you can. But then rook f5. And somehow you don't get a passer. So actually there is a very beautiful move. Let's see if Leon can find, Nihal can find it. Rook takes c5, bishop takes c5, and now not tempted to take the pawn, but rather e5. Oh my goodness, Nihal Sarin is on fire. f5 played. Now notice if you take here, these two passers end the game. So that's why bishop e6, and now instead of, that's the thing about opposite colored bishop endgames, now you have two far away passers, and this is winning. Wow, Nihal Sarin playing such a amazing game. I think one of the most beautiful games of this tournament. e6 pushed. And now king f6. He brings his king in. Leon plays bishop c5. Either this is a fortress or not. We'll see. b4 pushes the pawn forward. And h5. Nihal playing on both sides of the board. Bishop f8, Leon trying to save everything. The pawns are stopped. His own pawn is defended, but Nihal trying to come in this way. King e7, king tries to stop it. But now he goes to c5, attacking this pawn. King to d8. King d5. No harm in coming back here. And now maybe going this way. King e5, f5, g6. This path is open. Bishop h6 played. And Nihal bringing his king in. Yes, king to g6. And now you push, try to get the pawn to the queening square. Bishop d4. h6. Bishop c3. And now Nihal goes king h7. If you keep an eye on the pawn, I go king g7, then make a queen. Otherwise, I'm going king g8 and pushing the pawn. So he goes king to e7, f8, trying to stop the king. And Nihal just finally pushes the pawn away. He gives it up to deflect the black king. Leon takes it. And now king g8. And you're going to lose this bishop here. And the remaining pawn is correct color pawn because you have the bishop controlling the queening square. So it'll all be easy. Just bring your bishop here, then bring your king in and win the pawn. And Leon resigns here. Nihal Sarin playing one of the most beautiful games of the tournament, especially that position. Those 4 rooks in one line. I need to actually bring that up. I think it was also tweeted about it by